got some pretty cool stuff to show you. All I'm asking you is give the video a chance. It's an incredible story. I know most of the claims in here are true. As far as this first part, as to who these people are, I don't know about that. But all I know is the shit about Queen Elizabeth. There's been stories about that for years. I just did videos on this twice or 3 times this week. And so I don't think it's a coincidence I came across this. There are no coincidences. Keep that in mind while watching this video. And so I heard this shit one day and was like, wow. And so then I went and told my buddy about it, and we'll get into that after. But take a listen. It's very interesting.
This is no hoax, this is no joke. My name is Donald Marshall. I have been cloned by a large secretive cult known as the Freemasons and the Real Society and Scientologists together called the Illuminati. They make replicated bodies of people to victimize in terrible ways. They clone children for men with underdeveloped penises to have sex with. Some very famous and politically powerful people all getting together for a disgusting time. Most of the G20 gather there to discuss worldly matters and watch gruesome things done to innocent people for sport. I have seen this firsthand and will tell all, as it must be stopped. The political people start to bringing movie stars and musicians there to hang around with them. They can control who remembers the cloning facility and who will remain oblivious, even though not remembering still damages you. I know who is involved, the ringleaders, and everything they do. It is basically a torture and child molesting factory. I was one of those children, but when I was young, to keep the perverts off of me, I started singing songs. Original songs, very good ones. They told me to keep making these songs, and I wouldn't get hurt, and so I did. Then they started bringing me there every day for songs, as the celebrities wanted more. They called me the goose that laid the golden egg, the phenomenon, but I ran out of ideas. Then the torture began. They smashed my face to start, throwing me around, scaring me a 5-year-old, never letting me remember in real life, until I turned 30. The torture worsened until I was being stabbed and burned, and repeatedly sodomized. At age 30 they allowed me to remember these clone memories, and now every time I enter REM sleep I am there. I don't have dreams, only clone memories. They made the movie The Island and Inception about this subject. They think they're very sly and untouchable. They have nothing to do but show off for each other in disgusting ways. They have no shame. It seems nothing embarrasses them. They say they're in the stance of an unused arena smaller than a hockey rink, but can still seat between 300 and 400 people with dirt in the center where the ice would be. They have frightened clones of children go into the middle to be victimized for a bizarre, disgusting spectacle, sometimes having animals like dogs have sex with them while a man holds the leash so it won't bite them on the back of the neck, which I've seen happen before. They all try to outdo each other in their levels of depravity, to be evil is cool to them. Now to tell you about the ringleaders, as unbelievable as it may be to you, but you must believe me, this is a world emergency. The royal family of England, yes, Queen Elizabeth, Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and Prince Charles are the worst of them. Unbelievable, depraved perverts, all showing off for the celebrities that go there. Elizabeth has the children there, call her Lilibet, and does ungodly things to them. Some she fakes being nice to, some she is terrible to, cutting them with swords while they scream. The decent people that are there against their will are afraid to say anything against them. Most have their children there as a kind of hostage, to be torn apart if they even think of informing anyone. But, as they have been torturing me terribly anyway, I will tell all. Vladimir Putin loves to put the fear of torture and death into people, but is essentially a cowardly pervert himself. Most of the famous people are ashamed to speak or be seen by me there, very much as they're ashamed of the perverse and disgusting gatherings. I am a decent person, and will not participate in these acts, so they use me as an example and torture me for my being a good person. They drugged me, and had me say and do disgusting things in a blurred state just in case any of this comes to light so I can be hated as well by any that prove this. CSIS Canadian intelligence are all involved, including a lot of commissionaires and Prime Minister Stephen Harper himself. They do what Elizabeth says, seem to follow her everywhere without question. It doesn't matter who you are, if you have a cute child, or a child with a money-making ability like song-making, they will clone your child and molest them. It's a pedophile's paradise and must be stopped.
Now, folks, most of what she's saying there is true. I mean, the stuff that I know about Queen Elizabeth and the royal family, that is all true. And the CSIS, and Prime Minister Stephen Harper, yes, they are involved in all of this shit. That is a fact. And child pedophilia and kidnapping rings and fucking child snuff films. That is a fact. So don't laugh off this guy's story immediately. So let's move on here to this. This is an incredible part to the story about Bernie Mac.
Elizabeth secretly owns a few music companies, Universal and others with bands under contract. She forces me while under the knife to compose music for them. If I can't, she will stab my clone, burn me, have her pervert thugs smash my body there. It's causing me some kind of heart damage and severe debilitating headaches. One good person there, Bernie Mac, comedian and actor, tried to stand up for me, speak up for me, saying it's not right to do to a human being. Tried to have others join him in speaking out against the clone torture zone, while there, Elizabeth and Philip had him tortured so badly there. As an example of their power, he had an aneurysm the next day and died.
Shit, I mean, that's just it's an incredible claim right there. But I have heard stories that Bernie Mac did actually die of an aneurysm, not a heart attack. 50 years old, the dude was in fantastic shape. Aneurysm? Okay, I could buy that. And now here he's making a case for what happened to Princess Diana.
It had Princess Diana Spencer killed by having someone shine the brightest light known to mankind through the window side onto the car. They swerved away from it and hit the divider. It was no paparazzi. Diana survived though, and while either on the way to or in the hospital was injected with a high concentration of salt which is near undetectable and died. She did this because Diana was going to marry an Arab. Diana hated them, knew about the cloning stuff, and wanted nothing to do with it, but was afraid of being killed, so said nothing. I know this and many more things that I will be more than happy to tell. I beg your reading this to help me. I swear this to be true with my right hand to God. They stupidly put my face on a Megadeth album, The World Needs a Hero, when I was 23, thinking nothing would ever be proven. Google image it. I still look the same. It shows what I end up looking like after a clone gathering. Most of the members of my family are there, some willing, some not, so we remember in real life, some don't. None will do anything for fear.
It's a pretty nutty case, huh? Not really.